Do you want to say hello to everybody, Noah?
Hello.
Yep, I have Noah, and I haven't actually done a video with Noah for quite some time, so I thought today would be a fabulous day. And who have you got in your hands?
Apani.
And do you know what Apani is?
A spotted python.
And she is
Patternless.
yeah. But what are we going to talk about today, Noah?
Regurge.
Regurge. And what does that actually mean?
It means where snakes bring up their food.
Right. And it's more about understanding the reasons why they may bring back up their food. And, you know, there can be a few reasons, and I'll try and remember them to tell you what they are and the difference between what would be considered a regurge and what would be considered them vomiting, because there is an actual difference. And I'm bringing it up because somebody has just recently had this issue with a snake, and it kind of went, and I think I've spoken about it before, but you know, I'll just focus mainly on that as the subject today, and we'll keep our little eye on Apani, who is due for her feed today. But yeah, I'll get her fed a little bit later on, clean out a tub before I feed her and so on. Everybody else is either in shed. Of course, I'll flash over here. Lily is in nothing. She's not eating either. So I could open the door and she'd probably wander on out as well. But we'll just check on Apani.
And one thing to say is, if you want to get your snakes out before you give them a feed, you gotta look out just in case they don't bite you.
Because they might be a bit more hungry than normal. Yeah. They could be too.
And that's what happened with Apani when I first got her out. She started to just cut my hand.
Did she? Thing is, with Apani, if she bit you, you wouldn't even feel it.
Just be like a little needle.
Yeah, she's so tiny. But anyway, regurge, what is it? Well, pretty much regurge is, for me, and this is me, this is how I see it and what I believe, is basically when a snake takes down a feeder and within a very short period of time, and that I would even, you know, within the hour, brings that feeder back up. When we're talking about vomiting, we're talking a lot longer period of time from when they swallow it, get it in their stomachs, and then bring it back up again. And, you know, within regurge, pretty much what you'll see is the feeder laying there. When it's vomit, it's already started to digest. So there is a difference. And especially if it's a few days later, it's definitely vomiting. And I've only had one experience with a snake regurging, and that was actually Lily. And I'd fed her a rat, and I would say she hadn't even really got it to her stomach, because I watched her swallow it. I turned around a couple of minutes later and she had spat it back out again. That is a regurge. So it's very important to realise why is that happening. Now for me, I don't know if Lily felt there was something wrong with that feeder itself. I did everything right, you know, my feeders are frozen, I get them out, I thaw them out, and I fridge thaw overnight. Then I let them sit in the room and bring them up to room temperature. And then I just, for Lily especially, I will warm them up because she really, really likes them. Do you want to bring her back down, Dale, so we can see her a bit more? I'm not really focusing on Apani here. I'm just chatting as I always do. But pretty much, yeah, there could have been something wrong with that rat, and Lily would know, your snake will know, we know the rat looks perfectly fine, or the feeder, whatever you're offering, but they may sense that there's actually something wrong with it, and they instinctually bring it back up knowing it's no good for them. There could also be something going on in terms of a blockage, and your snake just knows. And a lot of the time, they won't even eat the feeder, knowing that they have a blockage there and that they cannot eat it, and that they should not eat it at all. So it is important to remember when you get your snake out, and I'm not saying every time you get, because I get my guys out a lot, but to run your hands down, all the way down, and feel for any lumps or bumps. And if you do find any, please have it checked and find out what it is. I can't say to you that is really important, and sometimes you've got to be able to know, is my snake constipated? Because that will cause a blockage as well. And if you just keep on pumping in food, you're going to end up in big trouble. So there is a rule of thumb of feeding your snake, making sure they go to the toilet, and then feeding them again. Now for me, Jack sometimes runs on that, but sometimes he gets a couple of wraps into his system. But there is no way I will feed him more. If he does not use his bowels, as we say, after that second rat, he's not getting another one. I like to see him go to that toilet. So, and you know, lots of snakes are a lot slower in the metab, and I'll say it that because the longer word, my tongue doesn't quite get it, guys, but you know what I'm talking about, and are a lot slower in their digestion and so forth. If your snake starts to regurge and has regurged, please give them a rest. Don't think that it's okay to offer them another feeder straight away. Don't think that it's okay to offer one in a couple of days. Give your snake a good 10 days, even 14, because they really need to build back up all those juices that they need for digestion. And you may think, oh well, they just regurged and it only was a second. It doesn't matter. You need to give them a rest. So that's what I suggest you do before you offer another feeder. The same goes with vomiting. The same rule, leave them, give them a rest, give their bodies time to do what it needs to do to get ready to eat and go through the digestion all over again. Also heat. Heat is vital. They need it to digest, and if your temperatures are not right for them to digest, 1, they probably won't eat at all. 2, if they do, they will possibly regurge or vomit, or they're not going to be able to digest properly, and you'll run into constipation issues. So check your heat. That is what they rely on to digest properly. So I hope that's kind of given you a little bit of an idea about, 1, the difference between regurge and vomiting. And remember also, while I don't forget to tell you, if a snake consistently regurges, it's something that they keep doing. If they do it quite a few times, and I wouldn't give you a number because I don't know the number, but they do it and they keep doing it, it becomes a habit and they will keep doing it. And you want to nip it in the bud as fast as you possibly can. So if your snake regurges 3 feeds, go to the vet. go and have your snake thoroughly checked over to find out what is actually going on with your snake. And that's all I can really suggest, guys. So, she's going to give you a kiss, Noah. Hey, I'll get a little bit closer. She loves giving kisses, our Apani. She likes climbing on your nose too. I'll go a little bit closer so she can... It's getting dark because I think I'm blocking the light here. So anyway, guys, hope this helps. And always take care of yourself, your family, and your snakes. What do we say, Noah?
Good boy.
What does Nana say? Ciao.